Um, so so basically right there, and I wish I had a mod that showed which keys I'm pressing, but right here it's you know, I'm pressing D and I'm pressing A,
Right.
D, A. So this drill is we're kind of practicing a couple things. And maybe it's a little too early to like. I think you can just learn about these concepts now. I think it's fine. And Kurt, feel free to. Do you? I'm gonna bring up like counter strafing. Do you think that's? I don't know. Probably fine. So basically, if you're like playing and you see someone, like let's say I see someone right now, I need to stop and shoot them.
Right.
So I need to like, whoo, bam, and like click and shoot them or whatever.
Mhm.
So the thing is, if I press D and now I let go and stop pressing D, now I'm pressing A and I let go. It takes me like some time to slow down.
Right. I was noticing that.
Yeah, and while I'm like, it takes me time to like decelerate basically, right?
Yeah.
And while you're decelerating, there's still movement error. Decelerate, click. Oh,
Oh.
decelerate. Right, like that one. So you do this thing called counter strafing. So right now I'm pressing D, and then I let go. And compare that to pressing D and then pressing the opposite direction.
Right. Oh.
So I'm much more like I'm stopping on a dime relative to not doing it, right?
Yeah.
So like if I were to like if I want no, and we call it like movement error, right? It's like if you're moving and you shoot, there's going to be movement error where the bullet goes not where your, you know, crosshair is, right?
Yeah.
So like this movement error all over, bullets going all over, no control, not good. So basically, um, if I were to do this without counter strafing, I'm just pressing D off shoot, D off shoot, right? And I'm getting no movement error, cool. But with
So
counter strafing,
when you're pressing the keys, do you so you're pressing D and then press A and take them off at the same time?
yeah, so it's like right now it's like D and then I tap A kind of.
Okay.
So it's the difference between, yeah, like going D and then off and letting myself glide to a stop
Right.
versus D and then off A and then I just kind of tap A for like a quarter of a second or something. You know, it's like
Right.
bam, bam, and I stop much faster. And that sort of thing is called counter strafing. And it's worth like getting muscle memory down to do it.
Yeah.
And like with this drill, the muscle memory will just kind of come. Um, I think actually, I'm not sharing my screen. Hold up, let me share my screen really quick. Get goal 1. All right, wait. Can you see my screen right now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So to look at what the keys look like, hold up. Let me make this not bad quality. Bam, bam. No, quality. 360p, are you kidding me? Okay, so I think he's gonna be doing it. Hold up. Long video, updated guide, it'll be this one. So this is a different game. This is Valorant.
Mhm.
But I think this visualizes what the keys kind of look like with counter strafing pretty well, I think. And I will find where that is. Okay. So he's like A, then D. Actually, that's not really a good example. Honestly, it's like, I mean, you'll get a feel for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you can even just like, if you just say I'm putting a dot here, and then a dot here, and then, so like, what I'm doing right here is I'm not just saying like A offshoot, or sorry, I'm not just doing A offshoot, D offshoot. I'm doing this like, basically it's counter strafing is just you move the direction opposite that you're going. Like you tap that key so that you stop quicker, right? And it's really it's a good thing to practice, and if we combine that practice with like aiming, then like I think it'll make you get pretty good pretty quickly, so that like you're not playing games with us and you're like, oh, I just wish I was better at shooting. Like I think it'll be pretty quick for you to be like, all right, we're just fucking gaming and this is good. And the drill is basically you're gonna, so I think you start with like this gun. So you're gonna shoot this gun here to get the deagle. Bam, right? Deagle mode. And then you're going to go to challenges, and then time trial, and then difficulty open. All right, and then
how do I get out of something that I'm already?
how about you share your screen? Let me see where you're at.
You see?
Okay, yeah. Go to the, yeah. So if you click time trial to the left of speed challenge, bam, and then click open, and then, yep, bam. Okay, so here's what the drill is, and it might be a little hard at first. Well, it is going to be a little hard at first, and it was even hard for me like a month and a half ago. But what the drill is, and I'll just show it to you. Basically, what we're going to be doing, I'm actually going to do this. Okay, so let's pretend that there's only one guy here. So let's say this guy appears, and I'm right here looking down the middle. So we're doing this time trial, and this guy appears, right?
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to aim while moving. So I'm going to aim, and I'm going to over aim, and then stop moving, so that when I'm stopped, my crosshair is like on his head. So slowly it kind of looks like this. Like that. So like, I'm going. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Bam. And then I shoot him, and then I return to center.
So that
And then I go.
That brings you onto it. Instead of,
Yeah,
like,
exactly. So it's like, instead of just saying, oh, I'm gonna go aim at your head, it's you aim past the head, and then you stop moving, and by the time you've stopped, then you're aiming at their head.
Right.
And so actually, you could just, I'd say go to speed challenge, and so do it like this. Yeah, do speed challenge at first, so you can just practice without them, because time challenge looks like this, like they appear and disappear. So it'll look like this, but I think at first it's a little fast. Okay, yeah. So maybe just try like. So yeah, you're just using A and D and moving your mouse. Ooh, actually, I think at first, sorry, we kind of skipped a step. At first, I think it makes more sense to just over aim and then move. So I kind of combined the aiming and the moving.
Yeah.
But I think at first you'll be more successful if peek my screen again.
Oh yeah.
So like, let's say we're going for this guy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over aim, bam, shoot,
Okay.
and then back to center. And then let's say I'm going for this guy, over aim, bam, over aim, move, shoot, back to center. Over aim, move, shoot, back to center. Over aim, move, shoot, back to center. Over aim. Yeah, yeah. Here. So we're gonna call this center right here,
Yeah.
where you spawn. So like if you ever want to just like fully recenter, you can just go back and shoot start. Bam. Right. So all right, now we're centered. So
Okay.
watch me do it just a couple times.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do this guy, then I'll do this guy, then I'll do this guy. Okay. So it's gonna be I start here, over aim, move, shoot, back to center.
Okay.
Over aim, move, shoot, back to center. Over aim, move, shoot, back to center. Bam, like that.
Okay.
Alright, so over aim, move, shoot, back to center.
Are you moving back to center?
Yeah.
Okay.
Over aim, yep. Bam. So this sort of thing, it feels really awkward at first, but I swear to God, after you do it for like, an hour total, suddenly like your movement is like so much better. Like you just get way more comfy with like the movement of the game.
Are you counter strafing?
So here I am counter strafing. And so when I so let's say I over aim. You can see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, so let's say I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna over aim, and then I'm not just going to tap A right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold A and then switch to D. A, D.
Okay.
And you don't necessarily have to do it so much that you start moving the other direction. Like that's actually a little too much. You don't want it to look like this.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be like, and I'm moving to the right a little bit. You really just want to press it. Like if I'm going here, I want to press A, tap D so that I just stop quickly. Yeah. Perfect. Yep. Nice. You can always, I think you're like running out of space, so you can always like back up a little bit, or yeah, just do that. Exactly. That's exactly the exercise.
Yeah, now it's making sense. Oh.
Yeah. And you're even like, I can even tell you're counter strafing. And sometimes it's like you do a little too much, and I still do a little too much every now and then where it's like, oh, I'm moving the opposite direction now. And so it's just getting the muscle memory of like, all right, you want to be like, if you're like moving left, you want to tap D just the right amount of time to stop as quickly as possible, but
Right.
not start moving the opposite direction, because then you're doing more movement error. So,
Right.
no. Nice. Recenter, go again. Bam. Nice. Exactly. Exactly. So yeah. So another thing, I mean, obviously you know this, but the like kind of reset time of the deagle is pretty high.
Yeah.
Like if you just shoot like bow bow, like I was just standing still and I shot bow bow bow. Like you have to like shoot, wait a second, and then shoot again for it to be like accurate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like an okay. Like I don't know. Yeah. But if you like ba 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 ba, then those bullets are going everywhere.
Mhm.
Okay,
Do
so
you
that's
use
the
the deagle
exercise.
in
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not a ton. But if you're like, I mean, certainly since I started doing these drills, I'm generally like actually pretty comfy with the deagle. And the cool thing with the deagle is that it's even if if the opponent has a helmet on, it still is one hit kill to the head.
Oh wow.
And so it's like, and the deagle doesn't cost very much money. So it's like if you need to do like an eco round, like your economy is like fuck, we need to save money, but you still have like some money to spend, you can buy a deagle and you can get some kills from it, which is like amazing. Anyway, so, and I will say, I'm not gonna lie, off the bat, watching you do this, I'm like, you are getting the exercise. This is great. The one thing you could do to be way more successful is just lower your sense a ton. Like watching you do it makes me like I feel like I'm getting tendonitis. And the thing is like playing with a really low sense, it just after a little bit you're just like, wait, this is so fun. Like I have so much control.
Yeah.
What I don't know is I don't know the DPI of your mouse. But I think it's Kurt. Do you think it's probably 400 or 800?
I don't know. I don't know what mouse.
Here, set your look sense to 1.0 really quick.
Okay.
And it's probably gonna feel really slow. Okay, 1.0. Cool. So I'm going to shoot start, and then I'm going to move my mouse about a foot. So I'm just gonna put my left hand about a foot to my mouse, and I'm gonna see where it goes to. Okay, it gives me about a 180. What does yours do? If you move your mouse left like a foot right now.
Whoops.
Oh. Wait. Yeah. Move your mouse left like 12 inches. Okay.
Yeah.
So you start here, and then when you move 12 inches, approximately, it does like a 360.
A bit more. It does
Whoa.
540.
So honestly, try putting your look sense to 0.5, which I know probably sounds crazy.
Let's do it.
Try it. Okay. So now 12 inches, and then we'll do the bam. Let's see what your 12 inches looks like.
Okay.
Bam. Okay, that's looking pretty similar to mine. So and what me and Kurt and Mason all did recently is we all said we're having the same exact look sensitivity, and Michael. So a bunch of our regulars are like, fuck it, we're all having the same look sense. So what I'm gonna say is I know this probably feels really weird right now, but let's try the exercise a bit like this.
Okay.
So you definitely your arms moving a lot more, right?
Yeah.
You're schmoving, yeah. Which is kind of nice because like right there you over aimed like quite a bit. So like I'd say like maybe try to over aim, you know, a little. Well, actually, I mean, honestly, you're doing it fine. And then eventually, what you're going to be doing. So if you do that quite a bit, eventually, what you're going to be doing is time trial.
Yeah.
And the way that that would look would be like this. Right?
Right.
Damn. So you can give it a try right now. Whoa.
Oh, that's quick.
Oh yeah. Is it on open? Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. So if open is a little too quick so far, then you can go back to the time trial and get a little more comfy with it before you do the other one.
Okay.
And actually, oh sorry, yeah, speed challenge, not time trial. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say stick on this for a while, and then you know, eventually, meaning like after a few sessions, you might just be comfy enough to do the time trial.
Right.
But one other thing. So this is it. This is like the exercise. And I kind of do like a slightly modified version, but this gives you like a lot of the gains of it. So one other thing that I would like to mention, and I was kind of doing this earlier, is basically right now you're doing over aim, move, shoot, and then recenter. Over aim, move, shoot, recenter. Over aim, move, shoot, recenter. And eventually you can kind of combine the first two steps. So instead of here, if you want to look at my screen real quick.
Yeah.
Instead of, if I'm killing this guy, instead of going over aim, move, shoot, I'm just going to over aim while I move. So instead of it going like this, bam, click, it's going to look like this. Click.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
if you combine steps 1 and 2, bam, bam, bam. But you know, it maybe doesn't make sense to do that until you've practiced the over aim, move, shoot for like at least like an hour or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But eventually once you combine that, then I think it'll make the time trial a lot easier because yeah, because it does speed things up quite a bit. And it more accurately represents like what happens in game.
Right.
Which is like you're turning a corner, you're strafing in some way, and you see someone, and then you need to kind of do this.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah. So it's like I feel like this exercise will get a little more fun once you can do the time trial,
Mm-hmm.
because then it's like cool to just be like, all right, let's see how many I can get out of 45. You know.
Right.
And for like open, I think I'm probably not consistently, but for open, I can pretty much get 45. Oh, except I just missed one, you know. But
45 in a row.
yeah, like I won't miss any when I'm doing this over aim drill. Like right now, it's like the odds of me missing one just from having done this exercise for like some number of hours. I did just miss one again. But like, you know, you get pretty good with it.
Yeah.
And it has made me way better at Counter-Strike. It's insane. I like wish so bad that like 2 years ago I just did this for it's really like, wow, like doing this for 10 hours would have made that like 100 hours of playing the game so much more fun, because I wouldn't have just been like, damn, they're better at gun than me. So yeah. And then, yeah, then now I'll do it on advanced, and it's really fun because it's like, I actually like to see how many I can get. Which advanced is like just way faster. Oh yeah, we got the Call of Duty gun.
I feel like one thing that would be good too is just to practice counter strafing, is to not even move the mouse and just try to.
Oh yeah. Like if you
counter strafe
if
right
you just
onto the head.
yeah, or even just doing this like this dot thing where it's like, all right, I make a dot
Oh,
here,
right.
I make a dot here.
Wait, did you guys say that you prefer to toggle the aim down sights or hold it?
I think typically it's people toggle, and that's mainly because the op has 2 zooms, and if you have toggle, then so the op is this gun, and the op is a very commonly used gun because one body shot kills. So you're just like, oh, I see him, bam, and they're just like dead. And so the op, you have 2 zooms, zoom. And if you toggle, I think you can't do the second zoom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Which is, I don't know, you'd think they'd have some workaround or something, but I don't think they do. So yeah, I mean, Call of Duty is very like, hold it, right? Like you hold L, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think typically people will not do that in Counter-Strike.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you wanna play a game?
Yeah, let's play some arms race. Kurt, wanna play some arms race?
Yeah. I'm just gonna finish fucking up this guile first.
Word.
He won round 1, but I won round 2. I think I've solved it. I think it's solved.
Solved P1 round 1, but then I solved it. Honestly, Street Fighter's a solved game. Yeah, I'm gonna invite you to my party.
Yay.
And then, dude, why does my rank say private rank 2? I'm like, doesn't that seem really low? I don't know. Also, why is my
That's what I am.
FPS? Wait, my FPS says 114 in the menu. That's weird. Okay. Anyway.
Is it because I'm the lowest
No,
rank.
I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I'm just like, I don't know why it. Yeah, it's a private rank too. Huh. Anyway, if I go to bam. Actually, wait. I'm gonna share my screen and show you this. Literally just because the Counter-Strike menus are confusing, and I want you to be able to like, if you're like, this is fun and you want to like go do it on your own, then like, you know. Okay, so basically, if you want to play, you go up to this play button, bam, and then we are doing matchmaking because we're like playing a gun game or whatever.
Yeah.
So it might be like automatically selected like competitive or wingman or casual, but we're going to go to war games, arms race selected, not demolition, not flying scoutsman, not retakes, but just arms race selected,
Mhm.
and then just